Here you have it. We have the pizzas cooked. As you can see, again, we cooked 2 pizzas using 2 stones in the Ooni Koda 16. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my pizza channel. It's the Pizza Guy John, and like I said in the title, we're going to be testing to see if having 2 stones in the Ooni Koda 16 keeps the retention of the heat longer versus having just 1. So the first test is just going to be with 1 stone. Let's go and take a look at the oven. It's been preheating now for about 20-30 minutes. It's the Ooni Koda 16. And the center, we're looking really hot, about 880. So the oven is really hot. So we're going to get started. Like I said, this is the first test. I'll make 2 pizzas back to back, and we're gonna see, how good does 1 stone keep the heat, and then we'll do the stone with 2 stones in and see if it does keep the heat longer. All right, so we have my dough here. This is going to be 50% Polish. That's 70% hydration. So we'll go ahead and get this one here. If you want to see how to make that, again, I will link that up above. And this dough is ready to go. So we'll go ahead and get that. And it's nothing going to be special, just going to be 2, cheese pizzas. Again, the test is to see, how long, does the heat stay in there long. So we'll go ahead and just get this rolled out. A little semolina there. The dough's feeling really nice. Right. And this dough is a little bit smaller than normal, but we'll go ahead and get it stretched out. All right. Okay, and like I said, it's just gonna be just a cheese pizza, nothing special. Got some sauce here. Right. Some fresh mozzarella, diced up a little bit different than normal, but get that all mixed up here. All right, and we'll get this onto that peel. And it's not going to be a real time cook. Again, I just want to see how good the stone does. So we'll get this here like that. Get a little bit more cheese here. Make sure that can move. And a little bit. All right, so now that that's on here, we'll go ahead and let's get that into the oven. And again, I'm gonna do another back-to-back pizza. So while that's cooking there, then we'll go ahead and get the next pizza going. And I'm just gonna get this rolled out. All right, so again, this is going to be the first pizza. And while this oven is low, we'll get the next one. All right, this first pizza is now out. I'm gonna get this oven turned back onto high, and without any edits, we're gonna take a look at the center. We're looking about 800 and about 840. So let's get this pizza inside. I have my next pizza already rolled out or flattened out without any edits. we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this dough. We're gonna get this dough now topped into the oven, and before we put it in the oven, we're gonna take a look to see, you know, what the temperature is and if it's keeping some good heat. So let's go ahead. And again, this is all real time. I'm not, you know, doing any cuts. Just doing it normal as I would. Okay. Get some semolina. All right, now straight into that oven. Before we get it in the oven, we're gonna go ahead now and let's take a look and see what we're looking at in the middle. About 865. So not bad, not bad. So we'll get that turned down. And again, that was about 865 in between cooks. So, you know, definitely keeps the heat. But with 2 stones, we'll take a look and see if it keeps the heat longer. So we'll come back here shortly. All right, so here is the new stone. Again, it is basically a replacement baking stone for the Ooni Koda 16. Comes in a really nice box. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how well this is packaged. So let's take this. And I have opened it just to make sure that it's not cracked, because I definitely have seen a lot of reviews, a lot of people saying that they do come cracked, but packaging seems to be pretty well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So it comes in this nice foam. As you can see, it's pretty well thick. And here is the stone, brand new stone. As you can see, no cracks whatsoever. Now here's the issue with these stones. As you can see, the stone is not going to be that thick. It's maybe ½ an inch or so. So, you know, it doesn't really keep the heat too much. But like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this into the oven. And we're going to let it heat up. I'm going to do a clean down of it once it heats up and gets to temp. And we're going to see how long it takes to heat up, and if it keeps the heat a little bit longer now that we have two stones. So let's go ahead and get this in there. And so let's see. All right, so now as you can see, we got the 2 stones in there. You can tell that it is going to sit a little bit higher towards the flame. So that may be a little issue, but let's go ahead and get this on. So here is the 2 stones now. As you can see, there's 1 stone here and 1 stone there. So now definitely going to be a lot thicker. It does sit a little bit higher and closer to the flame, but we're going to see if it's going to keep the temperature longer than normal. So we'll let this heat up, we'll do a clean down, and then we'll cook some pizzas. All right, so we're about 15 minutes in. Let's take a look at that stone right in the center. Oh wow, we're looking at about 868. So as you can tell, 15-20 minutes in, this stone is already piping hot all the way around. We're looking pretty good. So now that it's hot, let's just go ahead and let's get a pizza. Let's get a couple pizzas in and we'll get going. All right, so now that the second stone's in, the oven is hot. 15 minutes, that is really looking pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get these 2 pizzas. Let's get these 2 out here. And I'm gonna do 2 at a time to show how the oven works pretty quick. So let's get these in here. So we'll go ahead and get this one first. You can see the dough is ready to go. And get those popped. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get this one stretched out. Get that one right right there. And then we'll go ahead and get this one also stretched out as well. So that way we're not wasting any time. We'll go straight from one pizza in the oven straight to the next one. Alright, so let's go ahead. Get this one stretched out now. Alright, so let's get this one in first. Okay. And comment down below, what do you think? 2 stones, 1 stone? You know, I know some people do have the bigger stones in there that you could get, third-party stones, but again, I wanted to see how it would work with, you know, 2 of the Ooni stones. So let's get this one in. Get this one in there. And let's just take a look real quick. Middle about 800. So we're looking about close to 800. So let's go ahead and let's get this one in there. All right. And while that's going in, then we're gonna go ahead and this one is stretched. So we're good there. And let's just watch and see how quick this one cooks now. Being that it is again a little bit higher, the flame's going to be on low, and it is now higher to where the flame's at. So let's see, we're seeing a good rise around pretty evenly. And so this is going to be the first pizza on this stone. So let's go ahead and let's get this back into the same spot. Bottom seems to be browning nicely. Get that spun around again. You can see the pizza is a little bit higher. Normally, again, the pizza would be sitting low on this bottom part, but it is sitting really high now. That is again because we got 2 stones in there. So let's take a look and see. It does cook a little bit quicker. Top is nice and cooked. Bottom could do a little bit longer, but again, it is going to be the first cook on this stone. So we'll go ahead and get this turned back on, and we'll get our next pizza in. So right before we get the next pizza in, let's take a look at the stone and see where we're at. In the middle, we're about 872. So that is still pretty hot. So let's go ahead. We'll get our next pizza in there, and let's take a look and see. So we'll put this back. And again, just for good measures, let's take a look at that stone. We're looking about 850 right in the middle. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a little clean down of this. There we go. And let's get that next pizza in. So again, without any edits, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we get enough semolina down. And here's the next one already stretched. We'll get the sauce now. A little runnier sauce than normal. And then we'll get the cheese. Right. And again, no edits. Let's get some semolina. And let's get this one as well. Straight into this oven. And before we do a lunch, let's go ahead and take a look at that stone again, which we're looking about 900. So as you can see, the stone does seem to get a little bit hotter a lot quicker. And we'll let this one cook, and then we'll take a look at that bottom. So we'll take a look here shortly. All right, so we are finishing up with this pizza. As you can see, we are done. Let's go ahead and take a look at that stone again. Stone is looking about 866, 862, right in the middle. So as you can see, having two stones is definitely keeping the heat on that stone. Stone is, it's looking nice and cooked. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. Let's just make sure it looks crispy. As you can hear, it's nice and crispy on the bottom. So, the stone, having two stones is definitely doing the job. Let's go ahead and get this turned back up and inside. Here you have it. We have the pizzas cooked. As you can see, again, we cooked two pizzas using two stones in the Ooni Koda 16. As you can tell, the heat is definitely keeping on the base of the, on the stones, retaining that heat really nicely. So I'm able to cook two pizzas back to back. This pizza is looking nice and cooked all the way around. Crust has a nice rise to it. So let me know down below, what do you think? Having two stones, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Would you do it? Definitely comment down below and let me know what your thoughts on it. If you like my channel, check out all my other videos. Check out my Instagram at the Pizza Guy John. And we look forward to talking. Bye.